Hey guys, good, the bad, and the unusual. And I got some mail. So, like always, I'm going to put everyone's information in the description block. I'm actually really excited about this. This was some of the coolest mail I've gotten in a while. As a lot of you may know, I'm really hooked on trading and acquiring stuff that has no release or stuff that's on DVD-R because it was VHS or Laserdisc or whatever. And all three packages that I got were trades that I had set up for DVD-Rs. So I got just a ton of really cool new stuff that's not released. Um, Actually, my biggest new thing is work prints and alternate cuts of films. That's really cool. That's what I'm into. The first thing I got, though, is not even a DVD, so I'd like to show this first. This is from Attack of the DVD. He was very kind and sent me a drawing restraint pamphlet from the San Francisco Museum of Modern Art. Um, it's too big to fit into my DVD case, but I have the Cremaster book, so I'm going to put it inside the Cremaster book. If you guys don't know, Drawing Restraint is filmed by Matthew Barney. He first did the Cremaster Cycle, which was a series of 5 films, and his next project that he's taken on is the Drawing Restraint films. And so far, I think the only one that's completely done is Drawing Restraint Part 9. And it has Bjork in it, who is his wife. Here's some photos for it. Anyway, the pamphlet's really cool. It's definitely going inside the Cremaster book. I don't know if any of you guys remember, but on my old channel, I did a Cremaster video, and I showed the book and I talked about each film individually. It was kind of like those complete works of, except I did Matthew Barney's films. I'd covered his short films as well. But anyway, this thing flips out. I'm going to try and figure it out without tearing in this thing. Yeah, it flips out. It's quite big, actually, once you take this thing out. Really cool, though. Just one of a kind. You know, I never would have found this, so that's really awesome. And I don't normally show notes, but I'm going to go ahead and show this note because, actually, I'm not going to show you the note. I'm just going to show you the picture he drew on the note. I think that that's really cool. Definitely awesome. I don't know. He's definitely gifted. That's really cool. So that's Attack of the DVD. Me and him just recently started talking, but I think we have a lot in common, and we'll probably set up some trades and stuff in the near future because he's a real cool guy. Alright, so next up, I got a package from my friend Lee. We set up a lot of trades, but this is the most recent one. The first thing I got is Halloween 6, the producer's cut. Definitely real cool. It's got like, it's just completely different from what I've heard. I haven't watched it yet, but apparently certain people that die in the, the real release don't even die in this one, and it's just the plot is a little bit different. And I just heard it's got like 20 minutes of alternate footage or something like that, some high number. Next, he sent me Good Burger. That's just something I've wanted to see for a while. I haven't seen this since I was like, I don't know, maybe 14, 13, something like that. So it'll be cool to revisit this one. Next, he sent me Necromantic Part 1 and Part 2. And now I have them in this little set. I've got quite a few different cuts, or different editions of these films. But the thing is, all the ones I have this like copyright blocker thing, so I can't save it to the computer. So I asked him to hook me up with some burnt copies so that I can save them to the computer. So now I have 1 and 2, and they can be saved. And I always wanted something with this cover, because I always thought that cover was cool. It's the only cover that I don't have like a real release for. Next, he hooked me up with Faces of Gore 1 and 2. I don't know much about these, except for that the second one, I guess, is pretty brutal. And I like his artwork he did for this. I can tell he put some effort into this. I'm not going to tell you how I know that, but I can definitely tell he put a little bit more effort into it than I think I would have. But anyway, I like it, man. I dig it. And lastly, he sent me Muzani. Again, I had this one already, but it was like a Region 2 PAL disc, so I couldn't save it to the computer. So he hooked me up with basically a region-free bootleg, so I can save it onto the computer now. So that's real cool. And that is what I received from Lee. I already sent your package out, so probably any day now you'll get that one. I'm sure you'll dig it. I threw in some goodies. Alright, next we got one from Spalding069. And again, more goodies that you can't really come by. The first one is something I've been looking for a long time, and it's Tusk. Tusk is a film by Alejandro Jodorowsky, which I don't know if you guys are into that, but he did like El Topo, and he did some Holy Mountain, really good stuff. But for a long time, this and The Rainbow Thief were unreleased. The Rainbow Thief got released in Germany, finally, and I picked up that release. But this still only has a very limited VHS release, and I think the VHSs even go for some money nowadays. And like I said before, I don't like VHS anymore. I'm done with it. That's the past now. So definitely really cool to see it, just because I like him so much that it's going to be great to finally see everything that he's ever worked on. So I'll have to redo the Alejandro Jodorowsky video that I did not too long ago, because that was the only one I hadn't seen or didn't have a copy of. Next, he sent me The Cube, which is Jim Henson's, it's a short film, I guess. It's about 50 minutes, and it also has the timepiece on it as well. So that's 2 short films by Jim Henson. The Cube is actually what inspired the Canadian horror film The Cube. They're a lot different, and I'll probably cover that sometime, because I watched both of these already, and I had a blast. I loved both of them a lot. If you guys like really crazy, weird short films, definitely check these 2 out. They are phenomenal, and Jim Henson actually stars in the timepiece as well. He's the writer, director, and star. That one's only 9 minutes long, but it's still awesome. Next, we got Blue Monkey. I was expecting a monkey, but I got a giant insect creature instead, which is awesome. So it's some 80s cheese right there. Good stuff. Next is The Return of the Living Dead, the work print. This has about, I want to say like 30 minutes of extra footage. The quality is not the best, but that's just because it's a working print, so it came off of a VHS that was never distributed or anything. But it's definitely cool to see the alternate footage in this. Next we have Night of the Living Dead. But this is not just Night of the Living Dead. It is Night of the Day, of the Dawn, of the Sun, of the Bride, of the Return, of the Revenge, of the Terror, of the Evil Mummy, Hellbound, Flesh-Eating Alien, blah, 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 blah. There's the full title. This does hold the record for the film with the longest title. What it is a single person did this by himself. He took Night of the Living Dead and he wiped the audio track completely off. He did voiceovers for all the actors, the music, and the sound effects. He went through and redid the whole thing. So far, I don't like it. I thought it was going to be something incredible, just from the title, just from the fact that he did it by himself, and that it's Night of the Living Dead. But so far, I tried to watch it. I got about 15 minutes in, and I had to stop it. I wasn't feeling it. But I'm definitely going to try and finish it up. And the last thing he sent me is Arena. This is something that I have on VHS still to this day. But like I said, I'm trying to get rid of all the VHS, so it's cool to have a DVD-R copy of this one. It's an awesome movie about a guy who he does like an intergalactic boxing tournament, and he boxes aliens from all over the galaxy. Real cool stuff. Alright, lastly, I got one last package, and I cannot tell you who this is from. They asked to remain anonymous, probably because they don't want a whole bunch of people bugging them to make him copies of stuff or something like that. That's what I'm assuming it is. So I'll show you the first 4 real fast. They have no covers. It's just discs. But he was kind enough to draw little sketches on Post-its and put them on all the discs, and that's real cool. First one is She. I know this is an 80s flick, and I know it's like maybe like a chick apocalyptic film or something like that, so I'm sure I'll dig that. Next is the Peanut Butter Solution. This is something I've wanted to see for a while. Again, I don't know anything about it, though, so I can't really talk about it. Next is a double feature. It's Andy Warhol's Kiss and Andy Warhol's Blowjob. And I really like the sketches he did on these Post-its. It's almost better than cover art. And lastly, I don't know what this is at all. I think the title is Boom, but I don't know. I know nothing about this. I won't know until I put it in the DVD player and check it out. But that's an awesome sketch right there. That's good stuff. Alright, and here's the ones that he sent me that do have cover art. First one is David Lynch's Industrial Symphony #1. I haven't seen it, you know. I've seen everything David Lynch has done except for this and the 2 others that he sent me. So I love David Lynch. I think now that I have every single thing that he's made, I'll probably do a complete works of Lynch. Next is Frat House. It is a documentary that was, as you can read here, the only documentary HBO ever banned. So I guess it's pretty brutal stuff, actually. I guess it's about a frat house and the hazing process and what kind of mental torture frat guys go through. I don't know. I only got it because it was banned out of HBO, and I knew about it, and I had heard about it. So that's pretty cool. I'll probably talk about this once I've actually seen it. Next is David Lynch's Hotel Room. This was, I believe, a TV series. I could be wrong. I think it was like a 4-part TV series. Anyway, definitely going to check it out before I make my Lynch video. This one is called Mita Kiyodo Kuza. Sorry, I'm probably butchering the name. I know I'm butchering the name. Anyway, it's a really bizarre, crazy Japanese film, I believe. As you can tell by these photographs, there's a guy stabbing himself in the head, some walrus teeth, a giant blue insect, and I don't know what's going on down there. Anyway, I watched a trailer for this a long time ago, actually, and it's cool to have a copy. Next one is Beaks, the movie. I don't know. I think it's a killer bird flick. What's cool is that this cover art, I actually found this cover art on the internet, and it's a bootlegged Anchor Bay cover. Whoever designed it to look like Anchor Bay. They even put it on the spine there, and then they put it on the backside too. So that's real cool. I think this one's going to be pretty cheesy. And the last one, and the one that I'm probably most excited about out of everything I got in the mail today, is David Lynch's Rabbits. I've wanted to see this for a long time. I guess all the characters in the film are rabbits. Or, you know, people in rabbit costumes. I don't know if you can see it too well in there, but it's people dressed up like rabbits. I think this is going to be phenomenal. I watched Executive Koala and The Calamari Wrestler, and both of those have people dressed up like animals that do all of the you're supposed to take it like they're actual people. Like, it was filmed in complete seriousness, but they're in these giant costumes, and they interact with normal people. I don't know. It's really cool, and I really like the idea, so to see David Lynch do it is quite exciting. That's going to do it for me, guys. That is all the packages that I received today in the mail. It was a glorious mail day. I hope you guys enjoyed. If you know anything about any of these, please leave comments. I would love to talk about it and hear about them. Alright, guys, have a good one.